You are now listening to Contractor Talk with Richie Kidwell, the voice for the people. Join Richie alongside co-host property damage attorney Hans Kennon as they bring light to the taboo world of big insurance companies, exposing their tactics and fighting for justice. Hear stories from contractors across the state. Contractor Talk, here to protect homeowners and uncover the truth.
All right. And we are live. Welcome to the show, Contractor Talk with Richie Kidwell. Every Monday night right here on 94.9 FM, 950 on the AM dial, The Answer. And then we go to streaming, and anywhere you like to stream, from iTunes, did I say that right? To Spotify and everywhere in between. And so there's so many different types of sites that you can stream on nowadays. I just actually Googled on the way here, can I listen to it live rather than waiting until our streaming comes out here on the radio station? Because many times, Hans, that we tell people we're on the radio, they're like,
what's that?
What do you mean the radio? It's like, no, we're live. You can actually hear us live. You can call in. You can heckle us. You can do anything, like ask a question live on the air. And if you're driving through Central Florida, you can turn it on your FM dial and you can listen to it. Like, wait, what? But if you are a streamer, we also go to streaming, but it's by Thursday by that time. So any crucial information that we talk about here on Monday will be missed for a few days until then. But then also you can consume our show there on YouTube. So check us out there, like us, subscribe us, and check out Hans' Dapper Suit of the Week. In any given week.
Never the same.
Exactly. Never the same. And I challenge you to check out every video to ensure that we're not pulling your leg here. But no, his wardrobe is deep, and
my
so our stories.
And my thoughts.
There we go. Very deep. But we like to keep it fresh on this show, and at every week we bring you some new information, new guests, and something for you to think about as we dive closer into special or to our regular session here, as we like to talk about on the show, talk about regulatory situations, bills that would possibly become law, what that looks like, and as Hans, what he did learn in in law school is that you can say two things: I don't know, and it depends. And we talk about that a lot here on the show, because we don't know, and it does depend. But we mentioned this last week on the show that our regular session is starting in January this year, and already we've seen some crazy insurance bills that have started to creep out, 3 or 4 of them, but one of them is sponsored in the Senate and the House already. Not sure how far that's going to go along, but we're talking about mandatory mediation that each party must bear their own costs for, in a market where you can get free mediation as if you're a homeowner, and it doesn't stop you from going to litigation if mediation fails.
The whole thing, what's interesting is that the state actually has done a pretty good job in putting together voluntary mediation between parties, typically between an insured and an insurance company, and they do it for many things. So that already exists, and in that situation, the insurer, no matter who demands it, pays the cost of mediation. So there's a system that actually works, in place, paid for by the insurance company, that people are allowed to use voluntarily, and they want to take that out and put in a system that's mandatory mediation, where the insured has to pay the bill to get the exact same service that they're currently getting for free, paid for by the insurance companies.
You know, I really love to understand the psychology behind these insurance company lobbyists, because you're just thinking, it's just like, because we think about it, there's no way it could possibly get any worse. Yeah. And these guys are waving around like a flag going, oh my gosh, I have a solution to a problem that never exists. And they're acting like, look at this, and it's like, what is that going to do? Oh, it's going to help stabilize the environment and stabilize the market here. It's like, what would stabilize the market is not overpaying your subsidiaries and not, and actually paying out claims instead of denying more than 50%, right?
It would be cheaper to pay claims than it would be to deny claims, is what all the research has shown. Washington Post has talked about the fact that a non-litigated claim costs about $11,000. Litigated claim costs about $44,000, which you think, when you do the math, and insurers are really good typically at math. I mean, they know what it costs. They know what it costs to deny claims. It's very much, to me, it's the Ford Pinto analysis. Ford could have fixed the Pinto. Instead, they said, we'll leave it alone, because what's the cost of the lawsuits going to be when people die from the car blowing up? And now it's cheaper than fixing a car. So they know how to do it. They know what costs them less. They know it's easier for them to deny claims because it's still going to cost them less in the long run than just paying.
It's unfortunate that that's how it comes to, and that's what insurance companies do. And we've seen that in the latest articles in the last 6 months, a year after Milton and Helene, just the disgusting numbers that are coming from the insurance companies that are denying more than 50% of all the claims filed by by insureds because of those storms. And we're talking about 15 insurance companies, Citizens being at the top, 14 others from People's Distrust being at the top of that after Citizens, all the way down to Snake Farm, Allsnake. All those guys there all do the same. Some have more policies than others. Citizens at that point had over 1 million policies out of 6.5 million HO3 policies, which are what are called our non-negotiable full coverage policies that we're supposed to get replacement cost value.
Let's not oversell the.
Well, I'm just saying what's supposed to. I was doing air quotes in case you could see that.
In case you missed those. Okay.
Yeah. But that's what you're supposed to have, at least by statute, and what you thought of to have when you do purchase a policy, saying, okay, well, the state of Florida mandates that I have to have this insurance policy, because I have a mortgage or a note on it, so I have to get this insurance to cover my asset. Cool, no problem. And then when you do file a claim, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And that's what the insurance lobby did a really good job on, is acting like they were a wounded bird, all led by David Altmaier at that point in time as the head of, he's doing the little bird movements over here. It was the case of like an injured bird for real. It was like he went up there and made the story up and was like, insurance companies are raising their rates left and right. Although what we really knew of is that there was no crisis, that the insurance rates were going up by Office of Insurance Regulation, giving it out. I swear Oprah went up there and was like, you get an increase, you get an increase, you didn't ask for an increase, you get an increase. Everybody got these massive increases, 50%, 80% increases that were not needed and necessary.
And I must have missed all the public hearings for those, right?
Yeah.
Because statute requires over 15% as a public hearing.
Every policy that is given more than 15% increase, right? Because you're supposed to have a public hearing. And why is that? Because, we knew that years back. There was articles 2018, 2019 about Heritage getting this 14.9% increase while their president was making $27 million a year. So it's $500,000 a week in a weekly draw that this guy gets. And then he asked for a 14.9% increase, which after that article came out, they backed it down. But they still, that's what the environment was until the point that where David Altmaier just unleashed that and allowed everybody to get all these increases. No public hearing, no showing that, oh, look, we're hurt and this is how we got hurt. At no point financials came out until finally a law change that said you have to release all these financials. And it wasn't until after the sweeping law changes in 2022 and 2023 until it was finally released.
And for all the sweeping law changes, what two words are missing?
Policy or premium reduction.
Ah, yes.
At no point did we get that. Now they're talking about, we're having a stable marketplace now, and blah, blah, blah. And it's after those articles came out that these insurance companies were overpaying their subsidiaries so they can only show their 5% profit. And that's all they can in the state of Florida, show 5% profit. So how do you balance all that? You deny all these people, you put a bunch of money in your pocket, you overpay your executives, and then you overpay your subsidiaries. Folks that just run your payroll for you or do administrative tasks and such, you overpay them so you can offset your balance of your books. Yep. Everybody's still making money, and in the same, you're still denying claims, and then still being able to go get 10, 20% increases from our Office of Insurance Regulation.
So premiums don't go down. They're still denying all the claims, but they're making a ton of money.
Right. So that's, and they are
perfect model model for them.
It's like watching commercials nowadays. Everybody watches something streaming. I went over to cable the other day and I'm just like, holy cow, all of these pharmaceutical commercials, one by one after one. And I'm like, I'm just singing the song in my head, these people dancing around, taking these things that make them have diarrhea.
I know that one. Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, why are you so happy if you're like crapping your pants out? Like, I don't understand this. But the point is that pharmaceuticals companies are making money hand over fist off the backs of their patients. And so are the insurance companies in the state of Florida. Now you see that they run the lobby in the state of Florida. Look at Jimmy Petronas when he ran for CFO. He raised $3.5 million by insurance companies.
Really?
Yeah. And that's the fox guarding the hen house. But
Shocker.
And any successor of such. Look at Governor DeSantis took $100 million to run for president, made all these law changes that he didn't have to run for president.
And we voted for him first time.
We did.
I know.
Yeah, voted for him for
maybe
second time.
Maybe second time.
I thought he was good, but I didn't know he was going to be bought out.
Who knew?
Nobody knew. Well, somebody, anyways, but it was like, what was the alternative, right? So it was like, But we wanted our freedom. We want our certain things here in the state of Florida, and that's what that at least meant to me. I didn't know that it was going to go that far. Even the Senate bill sponsor, as much as he is the bad guy, the senator who filed the bill, we're literally sitting in his office the day before the bill comes out, and he was like, I mean, how much worse can it get? And he literally said that. I'm just like, and then the bill comes out from the governor's office and he slaps it through, and it's just like, well, that's how worse it could get.
Yeah.
It got so bad that you don't have attorney's fees. You don't have bad faith for homeowners. You don't really have much. And so most people are maintaining their properties on their own these days.
Yes.
And so to help them do that, we have some special guests here today that are doing it in a slightly different way. So I'd love for you guys to tell me about your business. How you guys doing?
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. I look at both of you. Sorry, I'm bad at the. Okay, Aimee, you go for it. Either one of you. Going on. How are you guys doing tonight?
Go ahead, Chrissie.
Our business is vacation rentals in the villages. We have a little over 100 properties now. We are growing rapidly, probably tripled over the last year. So they are all individually owned. So we deal with multiple homeowners. So, I mean, we do deal with vendors on a frequent basis, daily basis almost. But
So it's not just your typical management, like, oh, I just need you to oversee my long-term rental. You guys offer a lot more services for a homeowner than I guess your average, what I think of as a management company,
Right,
more long-term management. And maybe I don't live here, I live in other states, but if a long-term rental doesn't work, you guys are now offering short-term rentals like VRBO. Do you guys say VRBO or does everybody say Verbo?
Verbo.
I say Verbo.
I say VRBO.
I say VRBO.
I think people say.
I say tomato.
Yeah.
I really don't. Okay, but anyway, but with that, you guys offer this short-term, I guess, just short-term rentals.
Like vacation market.
Yeah.
Yeah, largely we offer that, but we also have some long-term leases. It just depends on what the homeowner wants. Everybody, has their own preferences. Yeah. But what we find in Florida is that, especially in the villages, which is largely our market for our homeowners, is that people are coming here and they're coming here in the high season. So people pay a lot more to come stay for a month. Some stay for 3 months, and so they'll pay a lot more, and they need somebody to watch over their property. So that's largely what we're doing for people is these short-term rentals. So it is Verbo, or VRBO, or we do Airbnb, and we also have our own website, and they all kind of talk to each other.
Now,
so
it's high season for me used to be Thanksgiving to Memorial Day. Is that still like, I remember in Miami it used to be like that years ago.
So we used to say just a year ago, it was like January through March. And now I'm seeing that I believe a lot of the Canadians aren't coming to the state of Florida. They could come in, January to me is cold. But that was a season where they could swim, where we wouldn't swim here in Florida.
Right.
But they would. But I'm seeing a lot less people coming in January. So I'm going to say January is somewhat high, but April is getting to be high season also. So that's a really interesting thing. Yeah, it's interesting to look at the analytics about that.
That's a big change. I know in New Smyrna, I have a place in New Smyrna that we rent. And I have a renter coming in of my third year with them, and they're going to stay January, February, and March, which is a gangbuster type of thing to have. We're happy with that. But a lot of folks started, I agree with you, started canceling for January and started coming in February. So we had to separate out those markets because we weren't able to, because we were booking and then trying to cancel January, just come in February, and it was throwing things off.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of that also over there.
So interesting. You said, arguing the other side of that, you said, it's a gangbuster to have January through March, but sometimes I have a couple of my own properties that I rent out, and sometimes I like to have those short-term people who don't feel like they move into your house. Oh well, there's two sides to that.
They do move in. Yeah, they do move in. So the last year they didn't want us to do a midterm cleaning, and then we're like, all right. And then when they left, we were like, oh, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
So this time we're like, you have to let us come in and clean in the middle of the term. But they do move in. We did buy them a waffle maker because apparently they like waffles.
Well, that was really nice of them.
And our waffle maker wasn't working or something, so we did break down and get them a little waffle maker. But they were very happy about it.
Honestly, as the owner of this company, a lot of times I have to do certain things like that to keep the people happy.
Right.
I mean, I always tell everybody, like Teresa, who works for me, she has the hardest job because she hears all the complaints about everything.
And it's funny, and it does become perceptional because people say something, and I'll go to even our own place, and I'll go, what's wrong with it? Like there's some noise or some clicking, and you just go, I have no idea, and they can't tell you what, I can't do it, and they just get so incensed about it, and it's hard in those situations to try to keep everybody happy because you're like, I can't even tell what the problem is,
right?
Much less how to fix it.
And what do you do at your own home that you own? Do these things bother you there? It's crazy.
No, it's got to be perfect for them. But with this, and you're mostly, you guys work out of the villages. Village Valet is the name of your business.
Yes.
And with that, is that geographic area that you guys cover and manage homes?
Yeah, all of our houses are currently in the villages.
Awesome.
We did have some kind of on the outside, but currently all inside. But as you probably know, the villages is constantly spreading.
Huge.
So
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting pretty close to Orlando.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's amazing how big that community is and just how well knit that community is as well. No pun intended with the knitting.
When they built a bridge over the turnpike, I was like, okay.
For golf carts.
Yeah, for golf carts. I'm like,
Fabulous.
All
And
right.
now it's bridges.
No,
Yes,
exactly. There's
there's
more than one
multiple.
now. Exactly. That's quite
And the
the community.
tunnels.
Tunnels. I didn't even know about
Oh,
tunnels.
yeah.
Yeah.
Golf cart
Lots of
tunnels. Yeah, those are fun.
You talked about some of the insurance problems. I often will tell people we have the golf carts and you can rent those out. And when my first property that I owned, and as the owner of the company, I had somebody who wrecked the golf cart.
Ooh.
And so that was an interesting
Flipped it.
Dodging a rabbit, mind you. It must have been a big rabbit. But it was interesting to deal with. The only time for me that I've really had a good experience with an insurance claim was that particular my golf cart insurance. So that was a good one of those good scenarios that we don't have happen very often.
Oh, sure.
Many claims of that have they heard. We swerved to avoid a rabbit.
You're like, you guys like, that's the first time I ever heard that one.
Right.
Either. Well, we'll pay it because it's so unique.
Right. If it was any other.
Anything else? Nah, raccoon, nah, we're not buying it.
But a rabbit?
Bunny rabbit? All right. I know. I will consider trying to get a property manager for my own home that I live in. Just like call someone. I was like, call someone to complain.
So we can clean it.
Call and say, hey, this is a mess. Someone should come deal with this.
Right.
I'll pay 8%. Just come and take care of my house. When my kids complain, can you call? I love to tell my kids, call the property manager.
Yeah.
It's not dad anymore. He's out of the business.
That's right.
We're gonna
Keep
hire
the
someone.
fridge full. We'll think about it.
Now your business. Now you encompass the full management of the home. So you're in charge of managing the trades and such. So if a window's broken, to the lawn needs to be mowed, the cans were left out. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Everything.
Yeah, the grass starts turning brown. We
And
have
the HOA letter comes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we are the HOA apparently. No, we take care of all of that. But a lot of the houses have the Ring doorbells or the cameras or whatever. So a lot of the homeowners are watching. So there's a ton of communication from all of them. So I don't know. I mean, we all kind of take care of each other.
And then the market is folks, I guess, like coming to see their parents or grandparents, or is it?
It's an array of different. There are some people who are coming here for business. Some people they can't fit in the grandparents' house. They have a family now, so they're coming here for that reason. Or there's somebody who's older and is ill. So there's but also we have the golf carts, and it is Disney World for older people. So. We have there's a lot of fun things to do there. There's every club you can imagine. If you like to golf, you might come for 3 months to golf every day. It's much more expensive than around here.
I heard there was like 600, maybe I'm way off, like 700 clubs or something. There was some.
Oh, no, that's probably right.
Least.
Some number that I remember seeing someone talking about, like a friend of mine's mom was in some club, and I was like, "They have one of those?" It was like I don't even know what it was. It was some odd some odd thing. Where I can
Oh,
imagine-
they get real odd.
Anything you can think of, absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm from Michigan, so they do have a Michigan group, but there'll be like Michigan North, Michigan South. It's very precise and covers
You guys don't get along?
everybody.
The North and the South don't get along there in Michigan?
Imagine
The
that.
Civil War's over,
Where's
guys.
Detroit? Like, where does that fall on? Is that in the middle or fall on one or the other? I don't know. Maybe it's an outskirts.
East and West Berlin, Detroit's like the line
South of
between.
Mason.
Yeah, well, I don't know actually, now that you're saying this, I don't know if the North and South is North and South villages, so some Michigan people up north, or did they divide the state? I don't know.
Who knows? Wow. Now, how does somebody get a hold of you guys, and how do you guys market for new homeowners? And is it more word of mouth? Is it more or less are you guys also in real estate, or has that worked as far as getting more people to homes to manage?
So we do have a brokerage. I'm a
nice.
broker, and in order to do property management, you have to have a licensed person running it. But so I do have somebody who's a broker that works for us. That she handles the entire brokerage. I don't have that much time in a day, but property management takes up a lot too. So so it's kind of like we're giving more services than just the property management. People come here. There are people younger and younger buying, people under 55. And then there are sold properties and told you can just rent your property out. You'll make enough money until you're retired. So we're seeing a lot more people doing that. And the law is that up to 20% can be under the age of 55.
That was my question.
Yep. So, and you'd have to have like a class action to challenge that. So, and if you look around the villages, I don't see more than 20% of the people are over 55. But now we have an area called Middleton where there's a charter school there, and kids can live there. So it's like this little town right outside of the villages, but it is the same developers who keep moving closer and closer to here.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
So we're right down the road, but a lot more people are buying houses before they're retired. So we're seeing the growth, and that's why it's, one of the fastest places and growing places.
How many houses are? What is it now? Like 20,000 or 40,000, or is it? What the
There's like
number?
150,000 plus people.
Is it really? Wow.
So,
Wow.
But, it's one of those things. It's like driving by. It's like Wonka. Like you drive past it and you see it, but you don't really know like what's really behind the gate is, or where you don't know. I mean, someone said how many houses. I'm like, I don't know, 40 or whatever the number is. I said I was feeling pretty confident, and then I was completely wrong. So
well, you should stop by.
growing.
We've got rentals for you.
I may have to. I may
Love
need a
that.
rental just to rest to try to drive around 150,000 people.
kidding.
Or how many times is that?
And
That's a lot
avoiding
of
golf carts on your way.
Yeah, exactly. Got to be careful there.
Well, and if you do hit one by accident, they have fantastic golf cart coverage there. So
Yeah,
you
apparently
get
so. It's not
reimbursed
a
very
problem.
quickly.
Do golf carts have license plates in the village? You're supposed to have a license.
Lots of them do, but
Yeah.
they're not for the road. They're like, I live in this village, or I'm in this club.
Yeah, it sounds a little clicky.
It is a little clicky.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
it's
okay.
kind
That's all
of
the
it's
groups.
clicky, but it's
Right.
It's
inclusive
proud.
because you can whatever you like to
Yeah.
do.
If you like to
is-
knit, you like
yeah.
to like shuffleboard.
I don't know why
you
you
like
keep
to
doing
bingo.
knit.
I was going to say, do you like to knit?
I don't know.
You
It
keep
just
mentioning
kind of
that.
just kind of threaded in there. Though. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's
That's what
lots
we're
of
talking.
sports. I mean, there's golf, there's soccer, there's pickleball. I mean, there's every club. There's billiards. I mean, you name it, we have it.
And now we have a climbing wall.
Oh wow.
Wow.
In case you want to do that.
I didn't think they were that active.
That's
I mean,
spry.
the
That's pretty
retirement
spry.
fund
They put
climbing
me
up.
to shame.
Holy cow.
I'm on a dragon boat team, and they are about average age is in the 70s. So I was definitely the youngster on the team. But their stamina is astounding. I can't keep up.
That's amazing. So how do we get a hold of you? Both on phone number, email, and website. How do we get a hold of you guys?
Villagevalet.net is our website, and we are also on Facebook, and our phone number is 352-469-1446, and you can talk to our wonderful Teresa. She's a gem. Everybody loves her.
And what was your website? Say it again.
Villagevalet.net.
.net. Awesome. Thank you again. for being just letting us know as much about your business as we are talking about here. I totally misjudged the time there, so definitely mess with that. But we're going to give some thanks to our sponsors, and we are sponsored by the Restoration Association of Florida. raflorida.org is how you find us. We'll be right back after the break. All right, and we're back from the break. Contractor Talk with Richie Kidwell every Monday night right here, 94.9 FM, 950 on the AM dial is where you're going to listen to us live. And I did check us out on the way here. You can Google it, 94.9 FM, The Answer, and you can listen to the, in case you're not in the Central Florida area, but you want to listen live, Monday nights right here, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can check it out. And, of course, I was just like checking it out in the parking lot. But I just Googled it, 94.9 FM, The Answer. And out of Central Florida, you'll be able to click the button there and listen to us live every Monday night. So there you go. And if you missed us there, you can check us out on our Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you'd like to stream. And, of course, our YouTube page. Like us, subscribe us there, and every other way, social media, all that stuff. And hopefully Angela does get to all these messages and such like that through our Contractor Talk social media. So if you have any questions for you, definitely let us know through our chat there and we'll get back to you. So always having great guests tonight or in every night, and especially tonight. And so we're talking about valet service, which I love that that term here, especially when we're talking about folks that you would seemingly, especially how young they seem in this retirement area, but the need for these short-term, long-term rentals or different solutions that folks need when you own a property and you live there maybe a little bit of the time, or maybe you don't live there at all, and maybe it's just a property that you have to make some money on. You guys are the ones that will help them out to make sure that they maximize both profits. And I can tell by that, because if you're offering a mix of long-term and short-term, whatever makes more money for the homeowner would make a lot of sense to me. And so Hans was like, oh man, it's great if we have 3 months in a row. But you're like, I saw your wheels churning and be like, you know how much more money I can make you in 3 months on short-term ones if I chop it up a little bit?
Absolutely.
So that's great to hear.
Now, but with great opportunity comes great responsibility, and that's why I was curious. Teresa has stepped in, replacing Aimee as the frontline person. So, well, what's it like on a daily basis having this great opportunity?
Of one person over 3 months, you're going to hear from maybe 10 to 20 different, all with different weird nuances.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at the feedback. So yeah, that would be, if they're going to stay a little bit longer term, 2 months, 3 months, you hear less from them because they settle in and get into their new temporary routine. When they're coming in for 2 days or a week or 2 weeks, different things pop up that you might not hear on those slightly longer terms. So
how long do you how short can you rent? I know some places like our association, you can't rent less than a week in summer. Then it's 4 days for periods of year and things like that. Are there any limits as far as?
We like to tailor to the homeowners, make them like they can make these decisions. But a general way that we do it is 2 to 3 days minimum in the off season, and a month long for January, February, and March. Oh, okay. That has kind of morphed over time, and we do have some that prefer to do the shorter terms throughout the winter season.
So do you have like bats in the house? Like I have an insurance claim right now for someone that got bats in their attic. And
Rats?
And the insurance company won't pay for it. They're denying it. So we're going to go look into that claim for them. But I'm thinking, Teresa, there's some call. Someone must go, I hear something in the attic. Like
squirrels. We had at the house on Kempton. Yeah, we've had something in the attic before. Never turned out to be bats, though.
Okay.
Squirrels, rats. We've had rats inviting themselves in. And so, of course, we have a variety of pest control vendors that we would call upon to eradicate rats or, wasp nests.
Right.
We find a lot of that where that might be something that would be of need.
How about a leaky roof?
It's happened, and then we're, of course, going to call the roofing vendor. A lot of HVAC. We use HVAC a lot. Have multiple of those, plumbers. Little bit of drywall. If something's damaged, we're going to call in, somebody to do that type of stuff.
Now, is there a certain, if I exceed a certain dollar amount to where it would make sense to then file an insurance claim, or that you recommend to the homeowner, say, listen, we have a roof leak, it's going to, supersede your deductible of $1,000, maybe it's $2,000 for the repair. Would you then recommend them to file an insurance
Oh,
claim?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that has definitely happened. So.
Yeah, and it's like I've mentioned this many times. That's why we have insurance. People don't think twice when they're in an auto situation, auto accident. You sideswipe a curb or something like that. You're like, and the damages were $1,000, your deductible is $500. Oh yeah, it's a no-brainer. Go ahead and file the claim. And with home insurance, it's just been that chilling effect with all of these rates going up and people being frightened to file a claim, thinking I'm not going to be able to keep insurance if I file a claim. They're going to deny me or then non-renew me whenever I get to that point. And that's just not the case. But I'm glad to hear that. I mean, we were talking about the villages, and many of those folks are pretty active, and they keep up on their home and their maintenance and such like that. And I imagine that's what you guys help to do as well, to ensure that they stay maintained in their property to avoid those types of things.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yes.
So
we actually have a team of inspectors who go in and literally regularly look for different maintenance related issues to be sure that we're catching it early, so that maybe they could avoid that insurance claim, ultimately avoid it by paying close attention.
that's awesome.
Team of inspectors.
That's great.
That's nice having a team.
Yeah, well, to go and inspect all the houses. I mean,
that's a lot.
because it's that big of an area, as we're talking about in the villages. It used to just be just a little spot in the middle of Florida, and now it's grown to where it's going both east, west, north, south, and now almost even coming in closer and closer to Orlando. So good for us as more of our what is above boomers. I feel like if I'm in the boomer like era or whichever, what are my parents? Goomers?
Older.
Yeah, older. Yeah.
I don't know. Before, because pre-boomer, I don't think there was a term for people pre-boomer.
They're just
1945 to 19.
I knew this.
It's like 1942
Was
to
it
1962.
the silent? No. No.
Yeah,
Well,
but
Gen
war
X is
enthusiast?
next.
yeah, but the boomers are like 1942 to
You know that.
1962.
my dad's all about history and the wars and stuff, and then it's just like all this history stuff. So I feel like that's that.
Yeah, I don't think there was a term for this. I think people were just people back then.
just people.
I think, but then boomers
Well,
hit, and then whatever's
We all
after
have
the
the same
boomer.
personalities, and then we went to what X and Y's and all these what Y's and Z's.
I
and,
lose track.
I don't know.
I stopped caring about it.
I did. And again, I just think that we more and more we need, or we're really more or less convenience motivated in this world now, and so it's great to have other solutions outside of just long-term rental and such, and that you're able to offer the VRBO or the short-term rental situations, and then also keep up with the maintenance, like you mentioned. I think that's key in keeping a happy customer, and to also ensure that that you're bringing outside vendors that are going to be well vetted. They have good reviews. They do good work, and we can trust you as an owner of a home, that trusting you guys are going to take good care of our home, and also make a good profit on that, and kind of let us know as an owner how we can make more money. Is that going to convert into short term? Is it going to convert better if I monthly rent it or long term rental? So it's great to have different solutions. Now on your website, do you have information for owners that they can look at any given time to ensure that their asset is being taken care of, or how does that work?
Do you mean as far as them shopping for a property manager, or like after they...
After they become a client, do you keep in contact with them in a way to where you're putting up service tickets and orders and things like that, invoices, whatever is
We
needed?
do have a platform. It is our communication amongst the team, and it has all the tasks in it, the calendar, just every single detail. And the homeowners do have a choice to go in and keep tabs on all of those notes that are taken.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. And that's great. In the busiest months, are they still looking like January through March, or do you get the summer rush here in Florida, where it's hot as anything here, but in the same, people love to travel?
Not so much in the summer. It goes real quiet. So
Really?
the rates also go down. So it's a great time to come.
Mm-hmm. I want to know what other weird things people call Teresa about.
9 o'clock at night, somebody was really, really upset because they could not find a vacuum cleaner. Teresa went out and bought one and delivered it.
Well, we want them to have the full experience, pleasant
Sure.
experience. So, of course,
That's above and beyond.
It may be a little, but yeah, it's a lot of HVAC related stuff is really typically what I'm getting called for. Golf carts, being stranded on golf carts. So we love our golf cart vendors, and I don't know if I can shout out to a specific one, Cart Aid. They are to the rescue. I mean, they've got little GPS labels, and they will go right out and rescue them. And they don't just rescue the cart; they'll take the people back to the house as well. So that is a vendor that I've relied on heavily. Is the golf cart rescue? And
rescue to me kind of has a broad connotation. So like rescue, like the battery went dead, or like they're upside down and they're in a tree or something.
It died and they didn't know where they were.
Oh.
Or they hit a curb and it did tip over, and now they don't know what to do. Somebody needs to tow that cart so it can get repaired. And they that's one of the big ones that we've called upon.
Or irrigation systems.
A lot of irrigation vendors.
That's pretty frequent. Because most people don't even know how to program or schedule their irrigation systems, because up north it's not quite as common, but everybody has them in the villages.
Right.
It's like having a pool. Like you go above, like Mason-Dixon we're talking about, like nobody has pools. Like most people, I'm from New Jersey, most people don't have a pool.
Right.
They actually view it as a liability when you go to sell a house because it's a hassle and you got to keep it up. And
well, and speaking of which, it's almost the opposite here. If you are looking to purchase a home in the villages and then looking to rent it out short term, having that pool is
huge.
Is definitely going to add.
Then you will rent out year round.
Oh yeah,
right.
For sure.
Those are the houses that won't slow down in the summer.
And they used to have like 24 live entertainment venues every day or something. There used to be some number, some big 18 or 20 or something.
And there's 5 squares. Well, there's 5 now because you have eSport for
live. There's live entertainment every night.
365 days a year, weather permitting.
Right.
You have all those options to go listen to a different live.
And even within that, because what Teresa's referring to is the middle of the square, but the individual restaurants and bars might have their own entertainment too. It's just everywhere. It's very lively.
Lively. I like lively.
Endless possibilities.
Endless entertainment. I mean, you almost have to have round-the-clock entertainment there because everybody's retired. So it's like going on a cruise 24/7. It's like you're always looking for something to do.
You'll probably be busier once you retire in the villages. They have social lives that would blow your mind.
Highly recommend.
Oh, okay.
And that's a great little tidbit there, that if you're younger than 55, you can purchase a home and then rent it out maybe? Or
until you get to the right age. So you guys can manage that for them.
Absolutely.
Ah, I love that. That's great stuff. All right, we're going to take a break. This is our short break. Give some things to our sponsors. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back. That was our short break. Contractor Talk with Richie Kidwell, 94.9 FM, 950 on the AM dial, and then over to you on Spotify and everywhere you like to stream. And this is great, man. This is such a great show. We learned a little bit more, and now we're learning more about bats here on our break here. Talking about what is covered and what wouldn't be, possibly, and it depends, right?
Now, what's interesting about bats is they generally will cover the bat poop, otherwise known as guano.
Learned that from Ace Ventura.
But you can only remove bats a few times a year because they're considered protected. So there's a certain times of year where you are not allowed as a homeowner to remove bats from the home unless they leave on their own accord.
So in my previous life, I had a pest control company, and we did wildlife removal stuff. And the only way that we were trained and allowed to remove bats is just by building kind of like a funnel on their exit holes. You cover all the entry holes except for one, and you kind of build it out like a cone. Their eyesight is very, very poor. And so when they come out at the dusk time, and they aren't able to come back in because of that cone is so narrow at the end of it. So basically it just kind of flushes them out. They can't get back in, but what you're supposed to do is hang a bat house out there near it, 30 foot off the ground on a pole. Then they relocate themselves into this bat box. You wait a few weeks and then you relocate the bat box somewhere else.
Really?
That's how we did it. It was a process and it worked. And most people, once you learn a little bit more about them, they eat so many pounds of mosquitoes a day. You almost want them around your home. I mean, I don't mind them. I mean, they don't mess with humans. They're not poisonous, venomous, whatever you might think of, or whatever, especially Florida ones. So they're more of a beneficial animal than people are. Most people are scared of bats.
Right.
But when you see them flying around, I'm like, get them mosquitoes, get them. You know. In certain places, especially where I live, they're like small dogs around there. Those mosquitoes, man. You almost want to.
Interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, so you learn a little bit, but I didn't know that there were certain times of the.
There's a season for removal. I believe it's twice a year when you're allowed to. Otherwise, you have to live with the bats until it's that time of year.
Man, that'd be bad.
They smell.
They smell?
I never smelled it.
I've never smelled a bat.
Never got that close to give me a whiffer.
Well, what they leave, if they're up in the attic and they're up there, they're leaving like an ammonia smell, like worse than any that I've ever smelled.
Oh yeah. Wow. And in that time, I've inspected many homes that had, because we're called out there for wildlife removal, and it's always in the small areas. My dad got me into this because I was in high school as a little one, and so he would open up the grate for this like really tight crawl space. All right, son. Get in there, go check it out. I'm just crawling around. You're like moving like all of these spider webs out of the way. And then finally, all the way back in the corner is this like little possum and their family. And you're like, oh, God. So it's the worst. But I believe the valet folks with us this evening would help you sort that out if you had a family of opossum. And you would, right? And
absolutely.
Now, what are most of your homes? Are they single-family homes, or do they have all types of different types of homes there in the villages?
Currently, they're all single-family homes.
But there's a variety within. So you've got patio villas, courtyard villas.
I was going to ask that. Do you have
designer
townhomes,
homes?
condos?
No, not really
not
townhomes.
anymore.
They're all going to be standalone for the, and they might be small, little 2 patio villa, way up, right on up to a expanded designer floor plan that's massive. So it's a broad variety. Every little village. So in the villages, there's a lot of villages that is broken down, and within each of the villages, you're going to have a little section, most of them of villas. So you can get your smaller if you're looking for something a little smaller vacation home, just
right down to a 1-1.
Right, they have a 1-1,
really?
2-2, 3-2, 3-3-4. People have 4-3s. You name it, you've got the whole continuum.
Wow.
That's great. And then within those, they're all like name something, village of something or whatever. It's kind of how they split it up.
Yes. And a lot of people do their shopping, vacation house shopping by the villages because they know where their family lives. They want to be right next to it. So, it's helpful for navigating.
And what properties do you guys have all, larger, smaller, I'm assuming you have a variety of floor plans for the homes that you guys represent then? For folks coming to town?
Yeah, we have the whole continuum.
That might be actually fun, but I've only been to the villages once.
We'd really
twice.
like to invite you to give me a call this week, and we'll get you set up to stay in one and check it out.
I'd like to check it out and then
Come
just
get the full experience.
file a complaint immediately.
You just want Teresa to come hang out with you.
Teresa, where's my vacuum cleaner?
Right. My vacuum cleaner is not working right now.
It's dying. I need a vacuum cleaner.
Yep, she'd come over for that.
I have to vacuum before I go to sleep every night.
I only want one with a golf cart.
Right.
that makes it everything. Are they all gas powered or are they electric there?
A little bit of both.
All right. Well, because I think of the ones that are like the long haulers. I've seen them in some of those village areas where, especially on the outskirts, I stop for gas, and they're like the gas pumps are full of people. They're just on their golf cart. I'm like, what are you doing? So I think of those as being road safe are the ones that you put gas in, but I guess there you just they have their own roads and everything, don't they?
Yeah, they have golf cart paths specifically, and there are a couple that qualify. What is it? They have to
It's
go
street
like
legal.
they have to be able to go 35 miles an hour.
You have to have a license plate. You have to have turn signals.
It changes
and a horn
everything.
And a bunch of stuff like
So you might as well just stay on. It's a very extensive trailway with bridges, tunnels, even a couple little stoplights for the golf carts.
Yeah. Actually, when I was thinking of mentioned drywall, we have a gentleman who comes on the show once in a while. It's called hole in the wall drywall.
Yeah, and he says that
I like it.
They work out there. They're the king of the little jobs, of the little holes, and you elbow something, or
and you send them pictures. They don't necessarily come out. They'll give you a price just based on pictures.
Yeah.
Come out and do it. But hole in the wall drywall has been on our show a few times, and I just love the concept.
Well, I'm going to make a
great.
mental note of that then. We actually need one right now.
Yeah.
Hole in the wall drywall. So that's great.
It's great. I love it. They're a BNI member. That's
fellow
how,
BNI.
That's how we met them.
Very nice.
Now, would that be the main way that you look for business? It would be like the similar groups and such like that, or how would you say that you guys advertise, or the way that you market for business?
How could people find you?
Right.
A lot of people find us. A lot of the vendors will call in, and then we just kind of vet them word of mouth for the most part, or because a lot come from BNI. But, for example, we've linked up with a plumber who's local that we call, he's, first person we're going to call. It doesn't mean he's the only plumber or that there's not others that have been great, but we've kind of locked in on him. He's there. Same thing with one of the HVAC vendors. They'll come out at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, doesn't matter. They almost feel like they drop everything and come. So of course that's going to be our first call. Is the one that we know is going to be, make themselves available.
It's always Friday at 6 o'clock that something happens on the HVAC system. Always, never fails.
Always.
But the referral partners are the way to go because, you never know what you're going to get with a contractor or if they'll even show up for that matter. But having a group of people that are supportive and they have to, stand up to their name,
Well, they're an extension of you, right? I mean, so that's what folks will look at if they call you at 9 o'clock and they say my air's out and I'm burning up over here and it's 90 degrees outside, right? I mean, if they show up 30 minutes later, I mean, you guys look so much better as a company to help that person out to make sure that they're made whole, right? No, that's great. And so as far as how do people find you? How do you guys market outside of BNI? I would say for your building owners, right?
Well, we do. I mean, like annual community events, like the Rotary Home and Garden Show each year. We'll get out there.
Teresa does a lot of reels online for Facebook and she's creative.
Ooh, let's be real ready. I'm going to go back to you. And we do give the reels out here. So I'm going to go back to you and say, okay, give me your best, I don't know, how are we going to say, like your best BNI elevator pitch for your business?
My elevator pitch.
Isn't that what they say in BNI stuff? I was in there 20 years ago.
They're like, if you got on an elevator with someone, they said, what's your idea? You basically got 15 floors.
What do you do?
If you're looking for an amazing stay, call Village Valet.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh,
Is that, you just make that up or was that already there? You already had that?
No,
I just kind of
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's good.
And what a great name. I mean, because when you think of that valet service, I just think of everything's included. I just think of, I'm number one. I'm priority, right? And so that's what I feel like when I hear your name, Village Valet. That's amazing. So that's one less thing that I would have to worry about as a property owner is making sure that it's been inspected, it's cleaned in between, that if there's a broken window, you're going to fix it. The lawn gets too high, it's going to make sure it's mowed. Don't call me on every little thing. Is it on fire? Yes or no? It's like that's what the type of service that I'm seeing that folks get from you guys.
Absolutely. Maintaining the homeowner's trust is very, very important to us, and we have some wonderful relationships. So, yeah, we'll bend over backwards, literally sometimes.
And I'm a little bit more guest-oriented, so not that I don't engage with and support with homeowners.
The homeowners
but
call me.
I spend a lot
mostly.
of time engaged with guests.
Awesome. And then what would be, we'll go ahead and give us your email address, your website, contact information. Go for it. How do we get a hold of you?
All right. So info@villagevalet.net. That's info at villagevalet.net. Call me. You're probably going to get me frontline most of the time, 352-469-1446. And the website is villagevalet.net.
Boom, just like that. Love it. Boom. Awesome. And I love those techniques that they teach you in BNI. I think it's just a great reminder of just being able to be right on the spot in that elevator. Well, what do you do? Tell me. And I love your the way that you kind of roll that into it. So it's like if you want the best stay, call valet. That's great, and that's something that we remember and that we'll remember as we move on. And as you know, as BNI it's givers gain, and it's just the premise of just having everybody in your group as being little salespeople for you, because they know and they understand your business and they know how you would treat folks, and they've seen how you've treated other people in the past, and they know and they come to expect good service, and they can easily recommend you and make them look good by recommending you. So that's just great. I mean, and so I was trying to get you guys to come a little bit further, because I might have been like, are you sure you don't manage properties closer over here? I might have one or two for you. So, but
we might consider it. We have
understand.
somebody wanting to do Newport Richie. We thought about it, but
We're open to expansion.
Not out of the realm.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And where's yours?
Mine's new. I have a place in New Smyrna Beach.
Is it a house?
We have a house on we have a condo on the beach and a house by the Home Depot, which is always how I tell everyone. When you go to take 44 in, you see the Home Depot, turn right. And we're back there. I got to put my place my daughter lives, but
We'll take the condo.
Yeah, there you go. See,
See,
trust me, my wife would love that, because she actually handles the rental of it. She actually deals with all that, and she's always like middle of the night. She's like, "Wait, they're coming in at 6 a.m. Wait, I gotta call the guy." And
Oh no!
It's kind of nuts. But that was the deal. We said we'll get it all fixed up. It's all renovated. It's all real nice. I said, but you got to rent it to pay all the bills. So, but she does. In the middle of the night, sometimes she'll wake up and go, "Someone's coming in tomorrow. We got to call the cleaner lady," and things like that. So we have some of that excitement.
Well, thank you guys for being on the show, Hans, as always. Thank you for being a great part of our show. And if you want a beautiful stay, call the Valet. And that's Village Valet, villagevalet.net. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you guys next week, too.
Thank you.